For the latest top tips, reviews and advice, please subscribe below.
Hello and welcome to Outdoors Camping and Leisure. Me, Mike. Today I'm giving you guys a review on a Vango driveway awning. This here is the Vango Cruz 2. So it's the second generation, it's been around now, so it's brand new for the 2017 season. It was a massive hit because it was sort of an improvement on the Keeler with an extra canopy and more internal room for less space in theory. So the Cruz basically is updated for 2018. There's some very big improvements which makes it a completely different monster at all. One thing about the Cruz is the fact that it was made out of, it's 420 denier fabric, so it's a really nice, strong, thick fabric. So it's about 5 times thicker than what you find on a normal driveway awning. Because it's also double ripstop as well, it makes it very strong. So if you had a small little nick, it's not going to suddenly carry on tearing along the side. It's just isolated at one single point. You've got very good, strong webbing straps on the front to give you good tension and keep it very strong in the winds. And because it's air, it's very quick and easy to put up. You can check out our pitching and packing video that we do on this particular item. You know, put the whole thing up in about 10 minutes. That's one person, i.e. me, on my own. So that's what makes it very simple for touring away. Comes in different sizes, so you can buy it in a Cruise Low or a Cruise Tall, depending on what vehicle you're looking to attach it to. So for more like your T5s and that sort of stuff, you go for the low model because it fits anywhere from 180 to 210. Whereas the Tall, for like your more motorhomes models, so that's about 245 up to 285, 295 for the attachment. So check out our sort of fixings and things like that. There are numerous ways of attaching this to the vehicle. Check out our driveway fixing video just to clarify those, but you can attach it onto a wind-up with a driveway fixing kit. You've got a pole and clamp system, you've got straps you can just throw over the top and guide it down the other side. So you've got all these different methods that you can look at attaching it on. So if you are sort of curious about what is the best way, you can always bring your vehicle into us and we're happy to measure it and make sure you do get the right product at the end of the day, or send photos to our email address and we can do our best to work with what we've got. Overall, like I said, it was a very close model with the Keeler. A lot of people will look at the 2 and kind of walk away with this because you've got this front canopy area simply to it. So it's a bit of sheltered area away from the rain or the wind when you want to. Alternatively, you can sit out here on a nice evening, have a beautiful view, and you still got coverage not only from the sun, but across, obviously, from the wind along the side as well. So that's why it's a big selling model last year. What you think you get benefit from again is you got a good source of ventilation. So you've got a nice ventilation panel along the bottom here to help with condensation and give yourself a good circulation side inside of the awning. You've still got guide rope systems as well as Vango line lock systems to help it to put up. And because each beam is basically the same length and is basically inflated individually, one spare inner tube can actually be replaced in any of these. So if you have peace of mind you want to carry a spare one, you could quite happily buy one size and it'll fit in any of these. Beautiful big PVC windows to give you plenty of light, but obviously give you really good clarity as well. And on the attachment side of things, like I said, you've got the ability of a door on both sides, which allow you to enter basically your vehicle without having to go through the awning every single time. So that's quite nice just to have there. And like I said, that just rolls back if you want to have it constantly open, and then you're into your awning itself. When you come to drive away, what you can do is basically detach it from your vehicle. This then rolls back and toggles back to this point here, and then you've got extra straps here which you just pull back and it allows it to be freestanding so you can leave your campsite where you want to. A little tip to do is before you drive away is actually earmark your tyres just so you know where you're going back towards. Otherwise you'll find yourself having a constant struggle of thinking, am I too close, am I too far, am I too far? You know, it just takes out the hassle of it. But let's have a little look inside and talk through a few more features and updates for the 2018 season. So now we're inside the Cruz, you can kind of get a bit more of a better feel for kind of how it's laid out. Like I said, this depth of this canopy area is a decent sort of size. You quite happily put sort of a cooking unit out here and you've got enough shelter to be away from the elements. One thing you do benefit, because you've got that sort of rain-safe canopy door, in comparison to Keeler, it feels bigger in here, even though actually the depth out from the vehicle is very near enough practically the same. And this is basically down to you've got a flat door between the canopy area and here. When you have the Keeler, you've got that sloping front door, and it does take a lot of room inside. And even though, you know, the main thing is you take the internal beam out of the Keeler in comparison to this, the amount of difference you've got is quite vast. In the top part here for the canopy, you have got these extra beams to give you a bit more tension. So you've got one in the point here and a second in the actual roof part of the main part of the awning itself, and it just adds more tension, more rigidity to the actual awning as well. Once you're inside, yet again, it's a really nice, pleasant place to be. Do a good sort of depth, and you can see nice crystal clear PVC windows in the front here, as well as a door to seal it all up. One major change for the 2018 season is this door can actually be completely removed now, so it can zip back. It was fixed last year, so all you do is basically that comes out, back round, like so. You can actually remove it along the bottom as well, and it could be one big nice open tunnel. There is actually a mesh panel you can buy to zip into that, so if you want circulation of air without having sort of bugs and critters coming in, that's an avenue you can go down. All of the windows you've got on here, so on the front and obviously on the side, actually zip up and down, so you've got the sort of the joys of it. It's very much thorough and easy to do, so you can get your privacy when you want to. And the joys, again, you can also kind of have it halfway if you feel you want to have a bit of privacy but also have a bit of light at the same time. So you can bring that down, say halfway, chuck it over there, and you're good to go. Sticking on the theme of sort of new features inside the tent, one of these, and all sort of driveways now in the Vango collection, you have basically the sky rail system. So sky rail system is basically like a beading that's stitched on the long side of the beams, which allow you to have hanging points anywhere pretty much in the tent. So wherever the beam is, you can hang a lantern. So you've got one in the canopy area all the way along here. Then you move on into the area here, in the living area. Yeah, again, you've got them up here and on the back here. So the purpose being, you can get a few of these sky hooks included, but you can buy extras, and you can slide it onto the actual rail part itself. So you can feed it on back here. So it feeds on, carries on along, and then you've got a hanging point for a lantern. So you can quite happily put a lantern on there, hang it as you will. Alternatively, one of the things you can do is introduce these Skyliners. So Skyliners kind of like a roof liner to help with condensation, give you a double glazing just to get, again, to help it feel cooler inside and help with condensation. And one thing you can do, again, is you kind of slide it in position like so. And just gives you, makes it look a bit neater as well. And you can adjust it because you've got this new panel above this big window up here. You can actually pull it back a little bit and just have it so the window is obscured. You flip that over the top, and it just keeps it all neat and tidy. So that's a really nice sort of feature that's certainly new. And these Skyliners are available across the whole board for your Vango keelers, anything along their range. And alternatively, you don't want to put them in, you can quite literally just put them to the middle, and it keeps it all neat and tidy. Like I said, you've also on the main part of here, you've got a big mesh panel. So if you roll that big door back, you can actually enter and exit through that door more than happily. And because you've got a mesh panel, you get good circulation. The one main criticism for the Cruz last year is when you look at putting an inner bedroom in, it takes up pretty much the whole of the awning. It's because unlike the Keeler, you haven't got the same sort of depth in here to sleep in that way. So the inner bedroom does, in theory, fill up the whole room. So from this point backwards, it's there. That is the one slight criticism of it, but I think if you're not going to use it for sleeping, then I think it's brilliant. And even so, I suppose if you are sleeping, take it down during the daytime, put it in the VW or your motorhome, and make use of this internal space. It really does make quite a bit of difference. You've also got the benefit of Vango's Tbs system, so it's a tension band system that is designed basically to give you additional support in higher wind conditions. So it's a strap like this, and it's basically just linked up with the guy ropes on the outside, and it creates a triangle formation just to give you a bit more stability. So if you've got wind coming in from one side, it just braces it and gives you a bit more structure, and it really does work. Overall, I think the Cruz is a really good model, certainly with the new extra features they've added to it. I think in terms of what you pay for what you get, it's very good value, and it's something we again normally have up on our indoor display showroom in Gloucester, so definitely come and see it, and we can always measure your vehicle. We do have the option of obviously package deals as well as interest-free finance, which you can always check out on our website, but really impressive model, and certainly I think in terms of the options with the Cruz Low and the Cruz Tall, some great models there for your vehicles. So that is the Cruz Vango awning.